My name's Cheryl Lynn, and I've been with the theatre for about 20 years now. I was counting the other day. And I've done just about every job in the theatre except hair. So lighting and is one of my favorites, and set design I've done a lot of in the last little while, and this is my return to directing after about a 10-year absence. I chose Proof because I like the story about the relationships, and there's a bit of a non-linear quality to the storytelling, which makes it a more interesting story and more interesting directorially to make those decisions about how to make that clear. The story is about people who do math, so it's not necessarily about the mathematics itself, it's about the relationships between the family members and the mystery of what is genius and how does that affect relationships between father and daughters. And then there's also how does genius interfere with building relationships outside of the family. The set is based off a picture of a backyard house that I found in Chicago through real estate listings. So there is a house somewhere in Chicago that looks a little bit like this, but it was white instead of blue. I had to actually paint it all brand new and then age it. So it looked really good about 2 weeks ago, and you would have wanted to buy it, but maybe now not so much. Believe it or not, the set is designed to move. Most things will break down into 4x8 movable pieces. So just in case Brad is still skeptical. Festival is always an amazing learning experience, as I've been there as an actor and a director and design. And so we're working with a professional who is able to take a look at what you've done and then give you feedback on it. And most often, the places that we run into problems as actors or directors, they're able to pick up on and then fix. So that whole process is really rather incredible. Don't be afraid. The theater is, it looks like a exclusive sort of thing, but we're really a group of volunteers that do it for love.
My name is Chris Hutton, and I am the assistant director for Proof. Cheryl Lynn Lewis, the director of the play, asked me to, let me go back. The way I came to be involved in this production was that Cheryl Lynn Lewis asked me to be involved as an assistant director. She had heard that I want to be a director eventually, and she thought that this would be a really great learning experience, and it really has. Some of the challenges that I've learned to overcome, or some of the obstacles that I've learned to overcome, include things like, oh crap. Cheryl Lynn, what are some of the challenges and obstacles I've learned to overcome? You can edit this out, right? I think this play would appeal to a lot of people because it explores things that we don't necessarily deal with in everyday life, like genius, and but then again it looks at some really simple things like discovering a new romance or coming to terms with the loss of a loved one, and a lot of the subject matter that's a little bit harder to approach is explored from an angle that's really common and really easy to digest. So I don't think it's a very complicated play, even though some of the aspects of the plot seem very complicated on the surface. I have gotten to direct one of the scenes almost exclusively with the guidance of Cheryl Lynn Lewis, the director, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is. We'll see if you figure it out. You'll have to come to the show to figure that out. You know, I'd also just like to add that the Williams Lake Studio Theatre is a really great group to get involved in. There's a lot of ways to be involved, and it's always great to, one of the most important ways that you can get involved is to come see our shows.
My name is Bobby Jo McNair, and I play the part of Catherine in the play Proof. My character, it is the eve of her 25th birthday. She's just lost her father, and she's wondering if she might walk the same path that he did. Catherine is a math genius, but she's very humble about that. She doesn't really want anybody to know. She's a bit guarded. She's very strong but vulnerable at the same time. Some of the challenges I had playing Catherine was sort of just getting to those really emotional highs and lows and how fast it all changes for her. Yeah, my favorite time was in this whole process was about a week ago, and we were on stage in a couple of days when it all finally felt like it finally came together for us. And we were running the play from start to finish and having less stops, and it just one day it all came together. I think this is a really cool play. It's a drama. We don't really do too many dramas here, and I think it's really well written, and I think that everybody who comes out is going to have a great time.
My name is Becky Strickland, and I play the character of Claire, who is the older sister who lives in New York and has come home to help her sister deal with everything that's going on and to figure out what to do with her sister. Some of the challenges for me were actually just digging in and finding the real emotion and acting that comes behind it. I've never done drama before, so to do a drama meant that it had to go deeper than normal and really find the real emotion in it. Yeah, I think the turning point for me came probably about a week before our dress rehearsals. We did one night where we everything kind of clicked. We started with an Italian run, and from there it just really felt real. I felt like I grounded into my character and the emotions were real, and I felt a lot more connected. I think the play is an amazing look at relationships, especially between two sisters who haven't always seen eye to eye, and I think it delves into things that sometimes we don't want to talk about, how relationships change and how sibling relationships can change. And I think anybody who's got siblings or been in a family with siblings will find something they connect with. Community theatre for me has become a second home. It's where I started my journey in theatre. It's a great place to meet some amazing people and to really try things you might never have done before. Theatre allows you to dive into being on stage and off and developing friendships that can last a long time and really ground who you are.
My name is Jay Goddard, and I have been involved with studio theatre since 2003, and before that since I was 14 or something. I've acted quite a bit, directed a few shows for the theatre. Okay, so this play is different than the last few things I've done in the past because it's certainly a more serious play and one that's got some real challenges as an actor. I play Robert, who is Catherine's father, who is an individual who has suffered for a number of years with a mental illness. He's also brilliant and a brilliant mathematician and a college teacher, and so all of those things are also relevant to my life. So I really welcome the chance to work on playing those authentically and with some reality. It's been a really enjoyable play. It's great cast, really fun. One of my challenges in terms of playing Robert, Robert actually goes through a very interesting arc because he goes from being quite healthy and sort of the best him he is to we get a glimpse of his mental health disorder in one of the scenes. And I think the biggest challenge for me was really trying to capture what that looked like, what that was all about, and not do it in a really fake way, just do it really authentically and sort of honor the experience of somebody who's struggling with those issues. It's been a challenge to, it's been challenging again. It's the second time I've played a dad. It's not a challenge. It's just really interesting to because so much of what you do as a parent, it comes out in your part. So that's been interesting. It's been yeah. Why you should come see this play is because this is a unique opportunity to see. I think what's a really good play with really good actors in it, but also a play that's very, very well written. From the get-go when I read this play and thought about having the chance to play this part, it's just the writing is sharp and it's quick and it's real. He tackles a number. It's not just about mental illness. It's not just about struggling with the loss of a parent. It's really about a whole bunch of things, and he's done such an incredible job weaving all those things together. It's a great play. It's nice to see a play for a change where the principal characters are women. The men in this play are really supporting characters, and this is really Catherine's story, and it's refreshing to see a story about a young woman facing real challenges, and trying to overcome those, and to be part of that journey. It's a nice contrast to a lot of a lot of theater where the main characters are men and women are really the supporting characters. So come see it. It's really good. You'll really be moved and excited. And it's got funny lines in it too, for those of you who go, ooh, I don't want to see serious plays.
Well, my name's Dan Patterson, and I'm from Kamloops, British Columbia. I moved to Williams Lake last August. A little bit about my character. I play a math professor, a young math professor, who is coming to Catherine's house to see if he can find some original work that her father might have done before he passed away. The catch was that I had a friend who worked at a coffee shop who bugged me every single time I went into the coffee shop to come and try out for the theater. And then I tried out and I got the part, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Yeah, all of it has been challenging. Didn't really know where to start to begin with, so it's a lot of just asking questions and hoping that the director fills me in on what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. Yeah, other than that, it's just been a great time. The general public should probably know it's more fun than you could ever imagine. It also forces you to think outside the box and be a different person for a little while.